So welcome everybody. I'm happy to see you all. Okay, let's see. I will ring my bowl to signal the beginning of our class. So just make yourselves comfortable. And once you arrive on your mat, perhaps take a nice big cleansing breath in through your nose and out through your mouth as you settle in and release, just coming into this present moment by letting go of what came before this moment, letting go of what will come after this moment, and just being present. So turning to your breath and just noticing the breath. Maybe before you really focus on the breath, just notice how the breath is flowing in its natural rhythm. Is it getting stuck any place? Is it flowing freely? Just notice it. And then begin to follow it. Following it all the way in on the inhalation. Noticing where it changes to an exhalation, that exact point. And then following it all the way out. And just stay with the breath. So some of the ways that can help us stay with the breath, if we choose, we can count on the inhalation. So we can count perhaps to 4 or 5 as you inhale, and then maybe to 5 or 6 on the exhale. So make your exhale just a little bit longer. And every time you exhale, allow yourself to sink a little deeper. If you prefer, you could just watch the rise and fall of your chest and belly. And sometimes putting a hand on the heart center can help us focus just on that rise and fall, the rise on the inhale and the drop or the softening on the exhale of the chest and belly. So just be with your breath for a little bit. And if and when your mind starts to wander away from the breath, just notice it, acknowledge the thoughts, allow them to be there, and then return again to your breath. So just strengthening your concentration muscle every time you return again to your breath. So our focus this morning is going to be on self-love. So during this holiday season, we're often very busy thinking about everybody else. And sometimes we forget about ourselves. And so the more we can love ourselves, the better we are for and towards others. So perhaps setting the intention today to just breathe in love for yourself. And as you exhale, allow that love to wash over you. You can even visualize, a beautiful color as you inhale. Inhaling self-love, loving thoughts, loving feelings towards yourself. and then exhaling, and allow the feeling to just gently wash over your body. So practice that for a moment. Just breathe in love, self-love. Exhale, allow the love to wash over you. Perhaps bringing a smile to your face as you inhale and exhale. And so as we begin, we'll float our arms up overhead. And as we do so, let's flex our feet. So flexing our feet with our arms up overhead so our knuckles can rest on the mat or on the earth. And then we're going to bring our arms out in a T. So something a little bit different than we're used to. And then we'll bring our hands, our arms down by our sides as we point through our toes. And we'll do that again. So we'll use our breath also. So inhale as you flex your feet and float your arms up over your head, resting your knuckles on the mat. And then bring the arms into a T. So arms out to the sides. And then exhale and point the toes and bring the arms down by your side. Inhale your arms up as you flex your feet. And we're being very gentle as we're just waking up our bodies. And then bring the arms out into a T. And then point through the toes as you bring your arms down by your sides. We'll do that one last time. So inhale, arms up overhead as you flex your feet. Bring your arms out into a T. Point through the toes as you bring your arms down by your side. And then we'll float our arms up overhead and we'll point through our toes this time and stretch through our fingertips. So just inhale, stretch through your fingertips, really walk the shoulders up near the ears and stretch out through the fingertips. Point out through your toes, perhaps bringing some tension to your body for a moment and hold the tension. Hold it for a moment more. Hold it and then release and allow your arms and your legs to be completely heavy and relaxed. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose again. Nice big breath out. Relax the back body. Notice where the back of the head touches the mat, the back of the arms, the spine, the back of the legs. Notice where the heels touch the mat. Now floating your arms down by your sides, bend your knees and place the soles of your feet on the mat. And we'll just windshield wiper the knees from side to side, using our breath, inhaling to center and exhaling as we release the knees down, both at the same time to one side. So we'll just rock back and forth at our own pace, just waking up our hips a little bit as we begin, using our breath to move with ease. And the next time your knees come to center, send your right leg out long and hug your left knee in towards your chest. So our focus is self-love. So hug your knee into your chest on your exhalations. Press into the back of the right leg. Press it into the mat. Relax your facial muscles and your shoulders. Hug your knee in on your next exhalation. And then bring your knee out wide towards your left shoulder. Hug your knee in again on your next exhalation. Just opening up that left hip flexor. And you might rotate that left foot around to lubricate that left ankle a bit. Go one way, 3 or 4 circles, and then as you're ready, reverse your direction and go in the other direction with the foot and ankle. And then we're going to take that left knee with our right hand, and we'll draw that knee across our body towards the right, getting a little bit of a twist. So keeping our shoulders down on our mat. So take that left arm out to the side to help you stabilize. And that left knee might, most likely won't come down to the earth, but just use the weight of your right hand to encourage the knee downward. But my knee is quite far off the mat, and that could be the case with you, or maybe your knee is resting on the earth. But wherever the knee lands is perfectly fine. And so allow your breath to continue to flow. And with each exhalation, allow yourself to release and relax. So notice the forehead and around the eyes. Release and relax in that area. Allow your jaw to be relaxed. Allow your shoulders to be heavy. And allow your breath to flow. So our shoulders are both resting evenly on our mat. And then inhale that knee back to center. Send the left leg out long and draw the right knee in towards your chest. So you can clasp in front of your right shin. So just using your breath on your exhalation, hug your knee, your right knee into your chest. Press into the back of your left leg. As you exhale, hug your knee. And then bring your knee out towards your right shoulder. And we might rotate that right foot in small circles, just lubricating that right ankle joint. And as you're ready, reverse the direction of your circles. Hug the knee in towards your shoulder, towards your armpit, your right armpit, on your exhalations. And then we'll take that right knee in our left hand. Draw the knee towards the left. Place the left hand on the thigh to encourage that right knee down towards the earth. You can bring the right arm out in a T to help stabilize yourself. And just use your breath to release. And notice if you're gripping any place, and if you're gripping, just bring your breath to that spot and allow your body to release. And then we'll return back to center, bend the left leg and hug the knees into our chest. So just squeeze the knees into your chest on your exhale. Rock from side to side. And then on your next inhale, push your knees away from your chest. And then on your exhale, hug your knees into your chest. Inhale, push your knees away. Exhale, squeeze your knees in nice and tight towards your chest. Inhale, push your knees away. Exhale, squeeze your knees in. And just continue with this motion for a few more rounds. And as you're ready, you can make small circles on the ceiling with your knees and gradually increase the size of your circles so that you're massaging your lower back, your mid back, and your upper back. And when you make your large circles, make some nice loose circles so your knees can be loose. And then reverse your direction as you're ready. And just spiral your circles down from large circles to medium size to small. And if there's any area of your back that needs a little extra attention, just stay in that spot for a little bit. And then we're going to come up to Sukhasana, to easy pose. So either turn to your side as you're ready and gently push yourself up, or bring your hands behind your thighs and rock up. Okay, so rock from side to side once you arrive in Sukhasana and feel the sit bones under or beneath you, sitting up nice and tall. We'll inhale our arms into a V, stretching through our fingertips, and exhale, wrap our arms around our shoulders for a big hug. And then inhale to a V, and you can gaze up if you'd like. And then exhale, hug your arms around you nice and tight. Little self-love. Inhale one more time to a V, gazing up. And then exhale, maybe putting the opposite hand on top as you give yourself a nice big hug. Since we kind of are short on hugs lately. Okay, bring our hands down to our knees and we'll just come into some head rolls. So we'll drop our chin to our chest and then just make some nice mindful circles with our head. Just noticing how our head and neck and shoulders are feeling and just taking our time. Just self-love here. So just doing what your body is needing. So making 3 or 4 or even 5 circles in one direction. And as you're ready, reversing your direction. And again, stopping, toggling back and forth in any area that needs a little extra love. So being in the moment and just noticing how your body is feeling. So body awareness can help us in many ways, because if we stop and realize, notice how we feel at any given moment, then we can help ourselves to feel a little better if we're noticing tightness or tension or anything that doesn't feel good. And so once you arrive at a neutral head position, you can inhale, take a nice big deep inhale, and as you exhale, turn and gently and look over your right shoulder. And then come back to center on your inhale. Inhale, and as you exhale, look over your left shoulder. Inhaling slowly back to center. Drop your chin to your chest. Look up at the sky. And all our movements with our head are very deliberate, mindful. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Drop your left ear to your left shoulder. And we're going to come into eagle arms. So we'll bring our left arm into an L, stretch through our right fingertips, sweep that right arm around so that our elbows stack, bringing the palms together if your body permits. If not, just wherever your forearms land. Bring your elbows away from you, and then inhale up and exhale down. And so we'll just do this 3 or 4 times using our breath. So we inhale as we move our arms up, and you should feel a nice stretch across the back of your shoulders. And if it hurts, you know you're going a little too deep. So relax the arms a little bit and exhale down. And then uncross the arms. You can always make some nice shoulder circles for a moment. And then we'll make an L with the right arm. Stretch the left fingertips away. Really stretch them away. Sweep that left arm under so elbows stack. Bring forearms and palms together. You kind of wrap the forearms around each other. Bring your elbows away from your body and then inhale up and exhale down. I see a shadow on my wall. I feel like I should do that little bird shadow thing, flying bird. Exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. One more time. Inhale up and exhale down. Release gently. Maybe do some shoulder circles. First one way, and then the other way. Shake it out. And then we're going to send our legs out long on our mat. We're going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to hug that left knee in towards our chest. So we're going to hug in with our right arm, our right elbow crease, our right hand. So opposite elbow to opposite arm. We'll flex the right foot, sit up nice and tall. Send the left fingertips out in front of you, and we're going to move our fingertips around so that they come behind us. So follow your fingertips with your gaze as you hug your left knee into your chest. When your fingertips are behind you, so you're gazing out over your left shoulder, just bring the fingertips in so they point towards your left hip, and just look out over your left shoulder. If your neck permits, if it doesn't, just look to the side and just sit up nice and tall. Take a breath. And then slowly return to center. Send the left leg out long. Hug the right knee into the chest with the left arm. Sit up nice and tall. Send the right fingertips out in front of you. Gaze at that middle front finger and slowly follow the fingertips with your gaze as you move your fingertips around, around, around so that they're pointing behind you. And then bring the fingertips in towards your hip so your fingertips are pointing towards your right hip, and gaze out over your right shoulder if your neck allows. If not, just look to the side. So we're flexing that left foot. We're allowing our breath to flow. And on your next inhale, return to center. Send both legs out and perhaps bounce the legs a little bit, kind of warming them. And then we're going to make our way to table gracefully. And once we arrive in table, we'll spread our fingers nice and wide. And I'm just going to turn my light on. Spread our fingers nice and wide and look to check that our wrists are underneath our shoulders and our knees are underneath our hip points. And then we're going to come into a nice flowing cat. So we're going to exhale, press away from our mat as we round our back. And then we'll sit back on our heels and drop our elbows. And then trace the mat with our nose as we come forward, dropping the belly towards the mat, sending our heart center forward on the inhale. And exhale, round your back, push away from the mat. Sit back on your heels. Drop the elbows. Come forward on the inhale, dropping your belly towards your mat, gazing up or gazing forward. Exhale, round your back, push away from your mat. Sit back on your heels and stay right here, dropping your forehead to the mat. Or I should have told you, if you have your block, you can always rest your forehead on your block. And you can take your hands, your arms alongside you with your palms facing up. So we're in a little bit of a ball here. So our knees are together. Our shoulders are rounded forward. And it's a very calming and relaxing posture. So just take a couple of rounds of breath here. See if you can breathe into the back body. Feel the back expand as you inhale. On your next inhalation, we're going to come back up to table. And we're going to bring our left foot between our hands. Walk our right knee back. And so you can stay here, just sinking into that left hip. Or if you'd like, you can come up to your knee. Or third option is bring your hands to your heart center. So self-love. So I choose to bring my hands to my heart center, but any option is available and a nice thing. And sink into that left hip. So this is one time where having the knee past the ankle is fine because we're really getting a stretch in the left hip. And we're balancing if we're in prayer. So keep the breath flowing. Return your hands to the mat if they were not there. And then we're going to bring that left foot behind us and bring the right foot between the hands. Walk the left knee back. And you can stay right here or come up to your knee or come up to prayer. So most likely whatever you did on the other side would be the best choice for this side. You want to stay in balance. So once you arrive, sink into your hip. Feel that nice stretch in that right hip flexor. Keep the breath flowing. And then return your hands to the mat if they weren't there. Bring your right foot behind you. Spread your fingers nice and wide on your mat. Curl your toes under and come into a nice, easy down dog, sending your hips up towards the sky, settling back towards the heels, towards the calves, towards the back of your mat. If you'd like to walk your dog, you can alternate bending your knees. And then as you're ready, rest in your down dog. So sometimes clawing at the mat with your hands, so creating a little lift through the palm, can help with the wrist joints. But pressing back towards the back of the mat with the thighs and the calves can also take pressure off the wrists. So just resting here for a moment. And if this is not comfortable, bring yourself down to your knees, come back to table or child's. And then we're going to walk our feet towards our hands, and we'll slowly roll up to our Tadasana, our head and neck being the last thing to come up. And we're going to come to a little bit of a balance. So we'll bring the weight of the body onto the right foot, and then see if we can just bring that left foot up off the mat, perhaps even holding on to that left knee, even hugging the knee in towards the chest. Relax the shoulders. Find your drishti. Remember, that's a focal point that's not moving. And any bit of balance you can do, just keep touching down with the left foot if, this side or balance is a little bit of a challenge, because it is for everybody. But we want to keep practicing. And standing up nice and tall. And as you're ready, you can bring the left foot down to the mat, and then bring the weight of the body onto the left foot, and bring the right knee up, holding the right knee as you squeeze it towards your chest. And a lot of times one side is better than the other, but keep the breath flowing. Try to be relaxed. There's no pressure, there's no competition. And then release gently down. And we'll take it to each side one more time. So bring the weight of the body onto the right foot. Take the left knee towards the chest. Sometimes the second go round is different than the first, hopefully in a good way. Think about engaging the core too. So bring that belly button in and up, standing up nice and tall, building strength in our core and in our legs. Release as you're ready. Bring the weight onto the left foot, and then take the right knee. And I can tell you that I have grown stronger the more I've practiced yoga. I used to not be able to do this, so I can see that I've gotten stronger. And definitely some days are better than others. And release. Shake it out. Pat yourself on the shoulders, remembering that today's focus is self-love. So no negative talk about, oh, I can't balance, I stink, I'm terrible. Just keep being positive. Keep trying every so often, even when you're walking around the kitchen. You could stop by your counter and go, "Rrr." Okay, so we're going to come to Warrior Two. So we're going to spread our feet wide on our mat with our left toes pointing towards the short end and the right foot is parallel to the back of the mat. So we'll inhale our arms up to parallel to the earth and then exhale and bend the front knee. Gaze out over that middle left front finger. Relax your shoulders. So to make sure that our shoulders are relaxed, let's turn our palms towards the sky. Bring our hands up an inch or two. Turn our palms towards the earth and then exhale and lower the hands so that they're about shoulder level. Really stretch the fingertips, the front fingertips, away from the back fingertips to get a nice stretch across your chest. Engage your core. Send your tailbone towards the earth and keep your right knee over your left, your left knee over your left ankle. So knee over ankle. So you don't want to hyperextend. Float your arms down. Turn your feet parallel. Turn your right foot towards the short end of the mat. Left foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Inhale your arms up parallel to the earth. Exhale, bend the front knee, gazing out over that middle right front finger. Stretch the fingertips away from each other. Turn your palms towards the sky. Lift the hands up a little bit. Turn the palms towards the earth. Relax your shoulders. Gaze out over that middle front finger. Tuck the tailbone. So tailbone goes towards the earth and engage your core. You're doing a great job holding Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Float your arms down. Turn your feet so that they're parallel and we'll heel, toe, our feet to Tadasana. Let's come to a nice Tadasana. So rock from side to side. Feel all four corners of each foot. Remembering to lift through the instep, lift through the kneecaps and the thighs so that you're nice and strong. The lower body is nice and stable. Engage your core, so bring your belly button in and up, almost like a zipper. Bring your shoulders up, back, and down. Allow your arms to dangle. So the top part of the body is relaxed. We're not stiff like a soldier, but the bottom part is strong. So if somebody came by and gave me a little push, I wouldn't go anywhere. I almost think about my feet as having roots. And so we'll extend through our crown and stand up nice and tall, even closing our eyes for a moment. And just breathing in love for ourselves. Nice inhale. And on the exhale, allow that love, that feeling to wash over our bodies. Inhaling again, inhaling love for ourselves. Exhaling, allow a nice gentle wash or wave to move over our bodies. One more time, inhaling love, self-love, maybe smiling, and then exhaling, allow the love to wash over the body. And then we'll inhale the arms up, turn the palms away from each other as we float forward, just coming forward, leading with our chin and our chest. Have a gentle bend in your knees. Press your hands into the front of your calves for half forward fold, so a flat back. Exhale, fold forward again. You can bend the knees slightly. Inhale, press the palms into the front of the calves or in front of the shins for half forward fold. Exhale, bend the knees a little bit.
Hold on to the elbows and just dangle here in ragdoll. Knees are slightly bent. Again, pressing into the front of the shins, half forward fold, so nice flat back. Release to forward fold or Uttanasana. You can try straightening the legs a little bit. You can even hold on to the ankles, sending the hips towards the sky. And if it's not comfortable, keep the knees bent, that you still get a nice stretch. We'll just hang here and forward fold for a moment. If it's comfortable. If it's not, bring yourself gracefully down to your mat. Placing your hands on either side of your feet, come down to your knees. And then we're going to come to our back. Send the legs out long. And just once you arrive on your back, kind of wiggle in and make yourself comfortable. And then we're going to do what we did in the beginning of our practice. So we're going to float our arms up overhead and flex our feet, rest our knuckles on the mat, bring our arms out into a T, and then bring the arms down to our sides as we point through our toes. Inhale, float the arms up overhead, flex the feet. And we're doing this very slowly and mindfully. Bring the arms out into a T, point through the toes as you bring the arms down by the side, your sides. And then we're going to spread our feet wide on our mat. Allow our toes to point away from the midline. Bring our arms out in an upside down V with our palms facing up. So arms are away from our body. And just notice how your body is feeling. If there's any adjustments you need to make, like if you need to wiggle in and find a nice even back body on the mat so that you're not feeling like in one spot off the mat and one spot on the mat. Try to wiggle in so that your body is evenly distributed. And again, just turn to your breath. So take a nice big cleansing breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Totally releasing and relaxing. And on the next few rounds of breath, on your inhale, breathe in love for yourself. And on your exhale, allow your body to melt into the mat as the wave of love washes over you. So just focus on breathing in love, breathing out love, self-love. I invite you to stay just as you are in Shavasana. I'm going to ring my bowl.
So if you'd like to bring your hands to your heart center, I invite you to do that. If you'd like to just stay as you are, please stay as you are. May you remember to love yourself as much as you love others. Namaste.